Hey guys, many of you have been asking me for a quick video about my gear, my macros, or why I play a weird spec. So now that I actually have some free time, decided to go ahead and make one. Let's start with gear. Gearing as a rogue in Season 1 is actually pretty straightforward. You want to go for a 2 set of the opportunist set that you can get for being honored with one of the 5 dungeon factions. I went for gloves and I went for the helm. I will talk about the helmet later, but let's just keep going on the right side here. For the belt, you want to be using the PvP one. For the legs, you actually have a couple of options here. You can go with these Midnight leg arts from Slave Pen's Heroic. You could also just use the Manatum's Heroic last boss legs, the Waste Walker legs. Either of those is fine. Honestly, I think I would prefer the Waste Walker legs because they have agility, and I'm more of a defensive player who puts a little bit more value on defensive stats. So not having agility here, as opposed to having like what 28 or 31 agility on the Waste Walker, I think I would personally prefer the Waste Walkers. Then we have the boots. The boots, obviously, you're going to be using these throughout the whole expansion. It makes me a little bit sad because I'm not a huge fan of stealth meta. I really do not like wearing all the stealth items, but you, as a rogue, you're kind of forced to do it because every single rogue is doing it. So if you're not doing it and you're playing against rogues who have stealth gear, you're not gonna have a good time. So this you're going to wear probably the first 3 seasons, maybe even the fourth season. It just depends on the ladder and who's playing and who's queuing. And but yeah, due to the stealth level, this is a requirement sadly. When it comes to rings, it's again a little bit open here. I have this one only because I've been very unlucky with while leveling. Because there's a great ring from Static Halls, normal or heroic, doesn't matter, you can do both. Which is this one. This one is a straight upgrade over the long strider loop. As you can see, this one has 32 attack power, 11 hit, 15 stamina, 16 agility. This one has a little bit more agility, same stamina, but a little bit more hit and a little bit more attack power. Actually, never mind. Just more hit and less attack power, but overall, very minor upgrade. I ran static halls while leveling over 20 times, and I've done like 3 or 4 heroic ones, and it just never dropped. And now that I'm full on badges, I don't need them anymore, I'm just not gonna run it again. As for the second ring, personally, if I had the one from static halls, I'll be using that one together with this one from Mana Tombs. Although statistically, this one is slightly better given its nice stats. But again, it doesn't have agility, it doesn't have dodge. I value dodge rating too much. So if you have this one, you probably should use this one over this one. So for the best value, quote unquote, use this one, Band of the Exorcist, and use the one from Static Halls normal. Then you have a PvP trinket and another stealth item, the jewel crafting trinket. This one I personally hate. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like my trinket to be just a 12-second buff. I much prefer the Bloodlust Brooch. Gives you more passive attack power, gives you more uptime on your attack power buff, 20 seconds versus the 12 seconds here. But anyway, because you're kind of forced into playing stealth items, you're just gonna have to be a jewel crafter and play this one if you want to get any rating. As for the throne, a couple of options here. You could get this one. You could use the one from Static Halls, same boss. Actually, never mind, it's from the first boss. Could use these ones, 15 agility, 22 attack power. Those are pretty good. Again, I prefer this one. It has stamina, 10 stamina. It's really good. And a third option that is available is actually something that you could use in PvE as well. I believe it's from blacksmithing. Here we go. Fell Steel Whisper Knives. Those have decent stats for PvE, but honestly and personally, I would use either this one or the Static Feather Darts, given the raw stats. But PvE wise, that one is the best. As for offhands, you're gonna need a couple. I would say minimum 3. This one, obviously, best in slot in PvE. For the second one, I'm using this one from Rampart's Heroic, the Felltooth Eviscerator. No enchant, doesn't matter. Third one, Blackout Truncheon, good choice. 1.5 speed. No sockets, but the third offhand you're not really going to be using that much because on the first one you put Crippling, on the second one you put Wound Poison, and on the third one you put Mind Numbing. Mind numbing, you're not really shivving it that much, at least not in the comp I'm playing, which is Shadow Priest Rogue. But it's good to have, and it is better to have it and not need it than to not have it and need it. Fourth one, this is a personal preference. Just use whatever. I'm using this dagger that I got from Manatum's Heroic. And for the fourth one, I'm putting Deadly Poison. Again, it's extremely situational, and in the 80 or so games that we've played this season, I've used it once. So it's absolutely not needed at all. So if you don't feel comfortable using Deadly Poison offhand, or you don't feel like you would ever use it, just reserve this one for a weapon chain against the Warrior Disarm. I personally do not have a weapon chain on any of my offhands because in my comp it doesn't really matter if I get disarmed or not, because I'm just shivving against warriors anyway. I'm not really using hemorrhage, and it doesn't really matter. And the damage that I do doesn't really matter that much. It's more about the wound uptime and poison uptime in general. So it doesn't really matter for me that much if I get disarmed for 5 or 10 seconds. Plus we counter most warrior teams anyway as a Shadow Priest Rogue. Then we go with the main hand, Vindicator's Brand. No questions about it. This is the best item you can get in this slot. So just go ahead and spend the money. It's not that expensive. You can make sure to do the older quests first in Netherstorm and in Shadow Moon Valley in order to save a couple of gold. But yeah, just go ahead, buy the mats necessary, get your reputation, and use the sword. Okay, then we have alternatives for this weapon. Yeah, you could do Shattered Hall's fist weapon. But honestly, I think you're not going to have a great time trying to get into Shattered Hall as a rogue unless you have like a guild group that will help you out. So this one is like kind of tricky. And if you're poor and you can afford to get exalted with the Alder, then you could use one of the blue weapons that you get in normal dungeons. For example, this one, Reflex Blades. Reflex Blades. This one is decent. It's from Arcatros. Another option that you could do is from Mechanar. You have a sword here, Edge of Cosmos. And lastly, this one from the last boss in Shattered Halls, the Demon Blood Eviscerator is decent. But yeah, if you can, try to get this one. It's the best one you can get. As for bracers, we go General's Leather Bracers. These are the only two off-parts, PvP off-parts that you're using. Just the belt and the bracers. It's going to be the same every season. You only use these two. And the PvP trinket, of course. As for the chest piece, we go for the Tuning of Assassination here with the 2 set. This allows you to get a 6-second buff of 160 haste rating after using Cheap Shot and Kidney Shot. This is really good, especially early on, because people have lower resilience, and you just do more damage. You get more attacks, you get more crits, you do more damage. The reason we are not using a 4 set of the blue PvP set is because the set bonus is different from the epic gear. The 4 set bonus here reduces the cooldown of your gouge ability by 1 second for the blue PvP set. For the epic one, you get 10% maximum energy. That's incomparable. This is the only reason we're not playing a 4 set, because we just do not benefit from having a 4 set here. But we do benefit from having a 2 set here, and it's quite strong. As for the cloak, go with this one. Cost 25 badges with the increased stealth enchant. Again, we're doing the stealth theme. Yeah, stealth item, stealth item, stealth item. There are alternatives for this one. You could do Okanai Crypts, Heroic. And from the avatar of, I'm not gonna pronounce that, you get the Okanai Death Shroud. Shoulder pads of Assassination, straightforward. We're going for the 2 set here. There's no other option. The head is not an option. I'm gonna talk about it later. The gems I went for here, for resilience and stamina. It's a blue gem. It's a green gem, but it fulfills the requirement of blue gems. So we have 2 here. We have 1 here. I'm not counting the legs because the legs I use in PvE, and it's just that I want to have my PvE and PvP gear separate. So even though I'm using it here, I don't want to feel like changing gems whenever I change any piece of equipment. So the PvP set that I'm using, I'd like to have 3 blue gems there. So why I went for 4 resilience and 6 stamina gems? It's because we are playing a stun resist meta gem. Why are you not playing NG goggles? Okay, I'm not playing NG goggles right now. I'm not saying I'm not gonna be playing them in the future, but right now we are 2.2k. Yeah, we last time we played was like 4 days ago, so we haven't been playing. But in the last session that we played, around 50 games maybe. From the 50 games that we've played, we've faced a grand total of two two rogue teams that were not alliance. Okay, just two. So two horde undead rogues. In my mind, it doesn't really make sense as a horde player to be playing NG goggles if 99% of the time you're queuing into teams with human rogues that have NG goggles, because they're going to sap you. They're going to sap you anyway. If you go head to head with them and you're using the engineering helmet, and so are they, you're not gonna win. It's pointless to even try. I mean, yeah, sure, you could hide around, you can try to wait out their perception, but a good rogue is not just gonna pop perception first global and sprint and try to find you. That's actually a very bad play. It's a very bad play depending on the comp. Of course, if you play rogue mage, that's what you do, because the mage invis is just only going to last, whatever, 20 seconds, or I don't remember how long. But if you're playing a priest rogue, you absolutely do not pop perception immediately, especially against shadow priest rogue. Against shadow priest rogue, you want to save your perception, and so I'm basically getting sapped every single game. Yeah, and I don't think that it would matter if I was using the engineering goggles. I am aware of it though, and I probably will use it, but it all depends on who's queuing. If we get more teams on horde, it's just too many variables to immediately go for the engineering goggles. Plus, plus, if you decide to go for the engineering goggles, you're gonna be playing jewel crafting and engineering. That means you do not have a gathering profession. That means you have to drop mining. Yeah, like I have mining. Mining on rogues in TBC is actually very good because it allows you to farm instances, which is guaranteed goals that has no competition. So until I'm comfortable and I have enough gold for anything that I might need in the future, I'm gonna keep mining and I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play stun resist meta gem as well. Stun resist meta gem on a rogue that plays double DPS is the best thing that you can get. It is the most value from all of your gear that you have, because this, if you're playing against another rogue and you resist their chip shot, the momentum swing you get from this is just ridiculous. If you resist the kidney, you straight up win because of that. So it's 5% to win a game as double DPS. Why would you not play that? It's mind blowing that people who are playing double DPS as a horde rogue are not playing this gem. You should absolutely should. I know it's cancer to play against, but it's just too good. If you're not playing NG goggles, you play double DPS, you play stun resist meta gem. It's too good. And we forgot about the neck. The neck, choker of vile intent. Very good neck, costs 25 badges. The best one you can get. The alternative to this one would be the one that drops from Underbog Heroic from the last boss, the Bone Chain Necklace. It's pretty much got the same stats, less hit rating, less attack power, but it's a good pick. As for the enchants, I think I forgot to mention that on the chest we do not play 6 all stats. 15 resilience is just much better. And for the gloves, you want to be playing, and this is you want to be playing 15 agility, even if you consider attack power to be better than agility, which some people do. Absolutely, it's just more value to play agility, because 15 agility against 26 attack power. If you considered it the same value, the equivalent of 15 agility would be 30 attack power. So agility is just plain better. I don't have it because when I was enchanting my gear, I couldn't find anyone with the enchant. And now I think I'm just gonna wait until I get season 1 gloves, and I will enchant those with the agility. Also wanted to share a quick word on attack power versus agility. It doesn't matter. It does not matter at all. It's not, oh my god, attack power is better. Oh my god, agility is better. It literally does not matter. You like attack power? Play attack power. You like agility? Play agility. It does not decide whether you win a game or not. I've been playing with attack power jams for like 12 years, yeah? And only then I changed to agility. So I guess I still have a couple years left until I reach 12 years playing with agility. So until I reach 12 years playing with agility, I'm gonna be playing agility. It's my personal preference, but you could play either. It does not matter. All right, so now that I've talked about gear, I'm going to share with you the upgrade path that I'm going to do for the season gear. So I actually already got. I've never had this ring in my life, and what 70 actually YouTube just congratulated me for having a 19-year-old account on YouTube. So I guess I'm playing this game for 19 years old. Yeah, so 2 years, it's been 2 years of vanilla for me. So it's been 17 years of me playing TBC. I've never had this ring ever in my life. Okay, because any sane and normal guild gives this ring out to casters, gives it to healers. It's just best in slot for many classes, not for rogues. But we were doing a SR run, and I put all of my SRs on the ring on the Mecterdon's head, and I managed to get it. So if you can get this ring, it's really good. It's the best you can get for PvP. It's amazing. The second ring you want to be using for PvP is Garona's Signet from Curator. Boots you keep the same, and then you go for a 4 set of the PvP Season 1 set. Again, if you're going to be using the engineering helmet, you inevitably have to use Season 1 legs. If you're not, however, you could use Season 1 hand instead and use the Skulkers from another site. Alright, so you would use 4 set of Season 1 wood together with Skulkers. Neck you keep the same, Choker of Val Intent, you don't change that. Cloak, I actually already got it, use Cloak from Maran, so that's really good for me. Chest, Season 1, you don't change anything here. Actually, the first item that I bought was the Season 1 offhand. This one is the best for PvE, so might as well get it. It's also really good for PvP. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not one of those players who think that the badge dagger is good. This one, Searing Sunblade. This costs 50 badges. I just don't see the value in it. I don't see the value. Yes, it's 0.1 speed faster than your other offhand. Yeah, like your Latros or your Fell Tooth Eviscerator. It's 0.1. That's one energy on Shiv. That's one energy. It has, yes, it has higher DPS, but the DPS for the dagger in your offhand or your weapon in your offhand doesn't matter that much. This costs 50 badges. I don't want to be farming 50 badges for something that's not even that good. Like, what's the point? I'd much rather like play my other character or play another game, or just I'm not a big fan of farming heroics. So personally, I don't see the value in this. So I've never bought this dagger. Hear this. I've never bought this dagger in my life in 17 years of playing rogue and achieving fucking over 10 rank ones and winning a 3v3 tournament and you name it, right? I've never bought this dagger. So you have an excess of badges, you like doing heroics, buy this dagger. But I do not, so I'm not buying this dagger. And in conjunction with that, that's why I went for, I mean, in conjunction with the fact that this is your best in slot PV weapon, I went for the Season 1 offhand. Has really good stats, 21 stamina, huge, has hit rating, resilience, attack power, plus you can enchant it with mongoose immediately. So yeah, go for that. As for the weapon, you want to be using the Spite Blade. I haven't been lucky with the drop, but it's gonna come. And for the throne, use Season 1 throne. Every other piece of gear stays the same. You keep the boots, keep the belt, keep the bracers. You go 4 sets Season 1, play this cloak, play this neck. The only point of question, really, in Season 1 gearing as a rogue, is just the helmet. Do you play engineering goggles or do you play skulkers? And yeah, like I said so far, from my experience, if you're undead, play play Skulkers. It's not worth it. You're not sapping anyone. And if you're playing human, 100% go for the engineering and sap everybody. You get the most value out of it because you're already seeing because you already have a huge stealth detection with perception. As you can see here, my attack power is not very high, and there are a couple of reasons for that, other than gemming agility. Let's go to my talents. As a Shadow Priest rogue player, I absolutely need Vile Poison, so that's what I went for. I didn't go for improved exposed armor because I barely use it. You just on a double DPS generally it's just not that good because you don't really have time to use that. You don't really get value out of this. You get much more value from Rupture, and most of the time you just Vis. That's why I went for it, because especially in early season 1, people have low armor, and Eviscerate usually does the most damage against most targets anyway. So that's what we went. This is a pretty standard spec. This is nothing to talk about really. But moving on to the subtlety tree, here we can see some weird stuff. Okay, so why do I have 2 points in sleight of hand? What? Increases the threat generation of your feint ability. Okay, we don't care about that. What we do care about though is the fact that this talent reduces the chance that you're critically hit by melee and ranged attacks by 2%. Okay, translation, this is 80 resilience against rogues. Okay, if you read resilience here, reduces periodic damage and chance to be critically hit by 4.52%. 40 resilience equals to 1% reduced crit chance for enemy targets. Again, this is a little bit specific to me because I play Shadow Priest Rogue where I am the target almost every single game. This helps. This helps you survive. If you've seen my latest video, you could see that I basically dropped to like 1k health in the opener. If I didn't have this, I think I'm just straight up dead in the opener. And as a rogue in Shadow Priest Rogue, I simply cannot afford to trinket the first kidney shot on me after we've already lost the opener. That just means that we lost the game. So this helps me survive. Where do we get points so that we can put 2 points here? We get them from here, elusiveness. Every single rogue plays this, and if you're playing it with a healer or playing 3s that is not triple DPS, you absolutely should have this. But again, as a Shadow Priest rogue player and double DPS players in general, you don't need this. You could think that maybe a rogue mage would be able to use this more. You might need this as mage rogue, but in season 1, this early, I'm not seeing a scenario where you go for a reset and you reset twice, and it's just either you win or you lose. I mean, it's just fast-paced games. So in over 80 games that we've played as Shadow Priest Rogue, I have not needed this talent once. Okay, technically I needed it one time in a 1v1, but the outcome of that game was not decided by this talent. So in over 80 games, it was not needed. Why play it if I don't need it, right? Just drop 2 points here, put 2 points here. This helps me. This does not help me. I'm gonna play what helps me. So I play Sleight of Hand. Moving on. Another controversial thing that you see is that I'm not playing 5 out of 5 deadliness. I instead put 3 points in Master of Subtlety. This is just 6% attack power. This is 10% additional damage for 6 seconds after breaking stealth. And it's a big buff. You combine this with this 2-set assassination that gives you haste after your cheap shot, you're going nuts. Again, this is more of a double DPS thing. You definitely want to be playing 5 out of 5 deadliness if you're playing with a healer, or you're playing 3s with a healer. If you're playing double DPS or if you're playing triple DPS, this is just straight out better. Your kill window is while the target is stunned, which is after cheap shot, after kidney shot. Or you do a Vanish Garrote, boom, 10% additional damage for 6 seconds. That applies to all of the attacks. 6% attack power does not equal 6% more damage. It's barely, let's say, might not even be 2% damage. Might be like 1% damage. It's just, especially with this type of gear, like, it's like 60 attack power that I'm losing by not playing this? 70? It's nothing compared to 10% more damage. If you're playing double DPS, you need to be playing this talent. Again, the only way to do it without dropping any other talents that you need is just to drop the points here. So we drop the points we don't need, we put them in the place where we need them where they give the most value. And I went for 5 out of 5 Sinister Calling because it increases the damage of Hemorrhage. So I prefer this, and increases your total agility as well. So I prefer this over Deadliness. Goes hand in hand with the fact that I'm stacking agility gems as well. And yeah, that's it. Those are the major differences in my talents over other players. It's a bit specific to a Shadow Priest Rogue, you could say, but this helps you in any double damage comp. Most of the games are just too short for you to be playing elusiveness. It's just you're not gonna get the value out of it most games. This one, you will get the value out of it every time you are attacked by melees or hunters. Now let's go over my macros and my binds. Starting with the first one here, Focus Deadly Throw. This one is useful when you have a combo point left over on a target and it's a caster and you're trying to min-max. You're using the glove bonus here that allows your Deadly Throw to interrupt spellcasting and prevent any spell in that school from being cast for 3 seconds. This is when you use it. So you put the target in your focus, you do a focus gouge or whatever, maybe you just switch targets, yeah? From the previous target that you were attacking, you still have some leftover combo points. This is a good way to make sure that you get some value out of it. This one I have on control 3. Focus kick, that's pretty straightforward. I had that on my mouse, one of my side mouse buttons, but I changed those like a couple months ago, so I just have it on shift 3. I recommend you to have a focus kick on a one keybind, not like a shift 3 that I have, but like a, let's say F, G, or Q or something like that. But because you need to be fast when pressing that, and you need to be able to turn or pressing. My keyboard is not mechanical, and I have a limit of keys that I can have pressed at the same time, and in some cases it actually does not allow me to do a focus kick if I have too many keys pressed. Should buy a new keyboard, I know, but here we are. Moving on. We have Focus Gouge here. Focus Gouge I have on Shift G. Next macro is a Re-Stealth Premeditation Cheap Shot. I have this on mouse scroll wheel down. It's my primary keybind that I use for Re-Stealth, yeah? So I have also a Re-Stealth on F1. I actually don't really use that one to Re-Stealth. I just use scroll down. But it also means that when I'm scrolling down, I'm actually premeditationing and cheap shotting. Next one, it's basically the same thing, right? Like if I need to Re-Stealth, I Re-Stealth. But this one's with Shadow Step. So I Shadow Step, Premeditation, Cheap Shot. So mouse button, scroll up. I'm not using this macro. I'm not using this one either. Let's delete him. Okay, here we go. Focus blind. Pretty straightforward. You need to be able to blind your focus. This one I have on T. And now we arrive to these macros. Shadow Step, Premeditation, Cheap Shot, Arena 1. Actually, when Classic came out in 2021, I had to buy a new mouse because on private servers you were not even able to click a target from your Gladi. You were not able to focus targets in your Gladi. It was just not working. So the game was much slower than on Classic. On Classic, it became extremely fast. So these type of macros are absolutely necessary for you to in order for you to reach higher ratings as a rogue. I'd recommend you to get a mouse with at least 6 side buttons because you need this for Arena 1 to 3 if you want to. If you're not playing 3s, then you could just have 1, 2. But I'm going to be playing 3, so I need 3 binds for this, yeah? So it's going to be Shadow Step, Premeditation, Cheap Shot, Arena 1, 2, 3. And now that we're talking about this macro, let me just quickly find this one. So this one is the other one that you need. That's why you need 6 buttons, not 3, because you need Arena 1, 2, 3 for stuns, and you need Arena 1, 2, 3 for Shadow Step Sap. Shadow Step is something that you absolutely do not want to waste, but if you're playing a human, you need this macro. If you're playing a human with engineering goggles, you need this macro. And you just spam this. You run around and you spam it and you shadow step sap the target and then you win the game, hopefully. Oh, let's go back here. Shadow step kick. This one I have on... For this one, I'm gonna give you the same advice that I personally am not following, unfortunately. But I'm just too comfortable with my binds, and changing them too much is just going to give me a headache. So I have this on Shift 4, but again, I recommend you to have it on one single keybind, like a T, R, F, G, V, C, 5, whatever. Anything like that. Shadow Step Sap, same thing. I have this on Shift 5. It's pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy. Another macro that we have here, Focus Kidney Shot. You want to have the same one with Cheap Shot. And this is for when you want to stun your focus, but you want to keep attacking your main target. A bit of a min-max. It actually does make a big difference, because when you switch your target in order to stun it, but you're just stunning for CC, you're not stunning for damage, then your auto attacks are going to go off immediately on that target. And if you're just CCing that target, you're not trying to kill it, then you're wasting that damage. That damage could be going on your main target. So this is, you just have this one. Let me quickly find the other one. So yeah, you just have this one and you have the same with Cheap Shot. So you would just change this for Cheap Shot and change this for Cheap Shot. You use both, yeah. So the Cheap Shot I have on Control C, and the Kidney Shot I have on Shift F. Well, this is just a PvE macro, start attacks, instant strike. Obviously, you want to have the same one for PvP with hemorrhage. Start attack hemorrhage, pretty straightforward. Then we have a focus sap here. So we had focus shadow step sap. Now we have just a simple focus sap. This one I have on Alt and the key above tab. I don't know how you call that one. Focus shift. Focus shift is quite useful. I have this one on R. And usually the combo points that you get from this, you could go ahead and use deadly throw with that focus deadly throw. So this is a good combo. So you first shiv him and then you kick him. So this is just your regular sap macro. The only change I've made here is that I've added /clear target to the end of it. This is a personal preference. I like to have my target clear when I'm sapping. And I also want to have a clear target after I sap someone. I don't want to be changing targets manually. If you don't care about that, or you prefer to immediately see in your target who you've sapped, just delete this, but this is a personal preference of mine, and I've been playing like this for many years. Focus Feint. It's the lowest energy that you can lowest energy ability that you have that you can use to get rid of warriors intervene. You would use this when you are on top of the target and you need to quickly get rid of intervene and you don't have time to go out of range and use a focus throw. Focus throw is the other way to get rid of intervene on a target. You would, if you can, you always use this. Does not make sense to use feint and it's waste 20 energy if you can just use your global cooldown, you know. So if you can use focus throw, use focus throw. If you're on top of the target or you don't have time to wait for the throw to go off, use focus feint. Focus feint I have on shift scroll up, and focus throw I have on shift T. And this is my re-stealth macro. My re-stealth macro actually contains sap within it. So you need this line, cast no stealth in parentheses, space, exclamation point, stealth. If you don't have this and you're spamming your stealth, you're actually going to re-stealth after you're going to cancel your stealth after you re-stealth. You don't want that to happen ever. That's why you put this line. And because I have I'm playing with high MS, it's important. I don't have time to press F1 and then 2. If I do it too fast, has happened to me before various times. I would just spam F1, quickly press F1 and then press 2 immediately. And even though I could already see the micro that I have here, my eviscerate would go off instead of the sap micro. So if I'm re-stealthing in someone's face and I'm trying to sap him, it's better to just be spamming one key. That's why I have in my re-stealth, I have sap. So when I'm re-stealthing and I'm trying to sap someone, I'm just mashing the same I'm just pressing the same button to avoid any potential problems. Then I have a focus macro. You actually don't need this. You could just go to your key bindings and go to the search bar and just write focus and focus target. You just put your keybind here, and that's it. You don't need that macro. This option again was not available in private servers, so it's just something that I didn't even think of. It's just an automatic thing to make a macro like that. This one I have on Shift R. Next three macros are Focus Arena 1, Focus Arena 2, and Focus Arena 3. These ones are extremely important if you want to be quickly changing your focus targets in order to blind or give or sap or whatever. Personally, if I was starting from 0 right now, I would make sure to get used to macros that blind Arena 1, 2, 3, macros that kick Arena 1, 2, 3, macros that shadow step kick Arena 1, 2, 3. Yeah, but like I said, I've been playing too many years with the setup that I have for me to do such drastic changes, and it's just something I'm comfortable with. It's not even that much slower, but it is faster to, instead of changing your focus, Arena 1, 2, 3, and then pressing your focus, whatever, blind, kick, shift, it's much faster to just, have focus, have kick Arena 1, 2, 3, and blind Arena 1, 2, 3 with gouge as well, but it's more keybind heavy, I would say. So yeah, there's pros and cons for either of these. Anyway, so the lines will be like this: /focus Arena 1, 2, and 3. I already mentioned that you should have at least 3 offhands. So the macro to quickly swap your offhands, if it's not an offhand specific weapon, are these. You do /equip slot 17 and you shift click link your weapon. If your weapon is offhand slot only, like for example, the first item that I bought was the Gladiator's Quick Blade. If it's an offhand only weapon, you don't need any macro. You just drag it on your bar and you press the bind that you have. And it goes right in your offhand because that's the only slot it can go to. And yeah, that's it. That's all the macros. So for keybinds, it's pretty straightforward. You just use whatever's near your left hand, or if you're a righty, whatever's near your right hand. So I have F1, 2, 3, 4. F5 I cannot reach anymore. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 I barely use, but I do use it sometimes. I can still reach it. 7 I don't reach anymore, so I have Control F for expose armor. I have Alt Q for sprint. X for Will of the Forsaken. I have Alt E. Could have Alt Q, but for me it's kind of wonky, so I'm not really using that. For the Focus Arena 1, 2, 3, I have Alt ASD. I've grown pretty accustomed to that. Then we have G for throw. This one above tab for shift, F for cloak, Q for blind, E for vanish, V for kick. Alt 1, 2, 3, 4 for my 4 offhands. Shift C for distract, Shift V for evasion. Already mentioned this one. Shift X for first aid. Shift E for mount. It's not possible for me to not have a mount bound. And about the other ones, I think I've already mentioned most of those. Shift 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have those. We have this one. B for deadly throw. And that's pretty much it. And these ones that you see, F7, F8, F9, these are just my side buttons on the mouse. You could have, I have this one on Cannibalize, whereas in Stealth I actually have Cheap Shot Arena 1, Shadow Step Cheap Shot Arena 1. So yeah, that's it. That's the guide. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, subscribe. I'm gonna incorporate this to my commands on my Twitch. So if you'd like to see some more Rogue gameplay playing a comp that nobody else plays on a high level, just check out my Twitch. And yeah, I'll be posting new videos on YouTube as well. So appreciate all the subs on both platforms. See ya, guys.